The main event of UFC 295 is in the books. Alex Pereira took on Jiri Prochazka for the vacant light heavyweight title, and history was made with Alex Pereira becoming a two-weight world champion. The hype for this fight was beforehand amazing. These two are beloved by the fan bases for their amazing style, their unorthodox fighting styles, especially Jiri Prochazka, and Alex Pereira known for his amazing striking and his obviously left hook, nuclear left hook, which has put to sleep quite a few people in kickboxing, boxing, and in MMA. This fight had a lot of hype going into it. It didn't deliver what I thought it was going to deliver, which was an all-action war. That isn't necessarily the fighter's fault. More on that later, Mark Goddard. But it was a good fight nonetheless. Jiri Prochazka, the backstory of this was the light heavyweight champion, beat Alex Pereira's mentor, Glover Teixeira, for the belt. And when he beat Glover, Alex Pereira was like, okay, now we've got a target, and created this cool backstory where Alex Pereira came back to try and avenge Glover's loss, with Glover losing to Jamal Hill and subsequently retiring. Jiri Prochazka was going to face... who was he going to face? He was going to face... Glover in the rematch. He was going to face Glover in the rematch, but he tore his shoulder and was one of the worst injuries the UFC doctor said in UFC history. This did cause quite a logjam in the division, with Jan Blachowicz facing Magomed Ankalaev for the vacant title. No one won that belt because it was a draw. Then after that, UFC 283, Jamal Hill beat Glover Teixeira in a 5-round fight and became champion. Then Jamal Hill was waiting for Jiri to come back, and then so he could defend his belt and keep the division going. Jamal Hill, I believe, tore his Achilles tendon, and now he's going to be out for 9 months to a year, which is a major injury, which caused a log jam in this division. And luckily, we got Alex Pereira come up after his loss to Israel Adesanya. He had moved from middleweight to light heavyweight, and then he beat Jan Blachowicz for a shot at vacant gold against former champ Jiri Prochazka. So that's how we got to the fight. The fight itself, it was like a chess match, which was an interesting chess match, but it didn't go... I predicted, again, second prediction that I've got wrong, Jiri Prochazka to beat Alex Pereira. That didn't happen, but it could have happened, but we don't know. The fight was prematurely stopped, but we'll get into that. Like, the build-up to the fight was amazing. The entrances were super cool. The stare down during Bruce Buffer's intro was amazing. How they were just staring down each other throughout the intro. No one, and Alex Pereira, how stoic he is just looking at the camera, was not the camera, at his opponent, was amazing. They fought on the feet, and it was very interesting. Alex Pereira, I was shocked how much his power translated over. He was spamming calf kicks, which it took 4 calf kicks, and Jiri's legs were completely compromised. He couldn't stand on him. He had to keep switching stances. He had to keep switching stances because his power was gone, because he couldn't use his power from the leg. He couldn't be unorthodox because his legs were damaged. And then in the first round, he was struggling to find the rhythm of Alex Pereira, who was just clearly the better striker. I thought he would be the better striker, but that much better shocked me, because I thought Jiri would be so unorthodox. Alex would struggle. Then Jiri was having none of it. He couldn't handle what Alex was giving him on the feet, especially with the calf kicks. So he went for the takedown, kept him down for quite a bit on the round, tried to do around a bit of ground and pound, but Alex had good defense. They got back up. Alex eventually got back up from the takedown, which is showing now he's working on his wrestling really well. He got back up, and then after he got back up, the round really ended, and we went into the second round. The second round, Jiri Prochazka did a lot better. He was getting butchered with calf kicks again, but he was committing to his attacks now. He was landing punches. He was going for it. He was trying things. He was trying to land some big shots and change the course of the fight. But it was still fought like a chess match at a slow pace, where they were both trying to figure out each other. That's what Alex Pereira does. He lulls you in. He kind of gives you a false sense of security of you're in range, you're fine, you know you're not going to get hit, and then all of a sudden he's landing something on you, similar to it like how he did to Sean Strickland. But Alex Pereira, what eventually ended up happening, Jiri began to commit and start landing punches, and then he was having a bit of success. And then there was one moment towards the end of the second round Jiri committed, backed up Alex Pereira towards the cage, and he was committing to coming in and landing punches. And then within there, Alex Pereira has some of the best striking. He might actually have the best striking in the UFC. I'll give him credit on that. There's quite a few, but he landed a check left hook. He landed like a right hand and left hook, and the left hook dropped Jiri. Jiri would go down to his knee. He would go down to his knee, and then he would kind of go for a takedown, and then from there, elbows from, and they were legal elbows, not to the back of the head, from Alex Pereira, and he was hammering them in, which was a brilliant technique on his part. As he was hammering these elbows, Jiri's body, he was fine, he was just there chilling. It went limp, and he fell backwards, and as he was going towards the canvas, Pereira was ready to try and land some more ground and pound. He went limp for like a second. It wasn't the most convincing, like he went out, but he went limp for like 1 second, and that was enough for Marc Goddard to jump in and call the fight and Alex Pereira to become a two-weight world champion. But Jiri Prochazka literally rolled over, stood back up straight away. He was rocked. He didn't look like crazily rocked or anything like that. He was rocked, but he did look fine, which is unfortunate because this fight they should give him time to find out who's the winner, and if we need to find a definitive winner. So if someone's going to get finished, I know we don't want to see people get finished, CT, brain damage and whatnot, but let it go on. It's a title fight. I don't know if Marc Goddard did the Aljamain Sterling versus Sean O'Malley fight, but that stoppage was a bit premature as well. And I think he did do that fight. And then he had the Israel Adesanya versus Alex Pereira one fight in MMA at MSG as well, which was as well could be deemed an early stoppage. He's done this now quite a few times, which is a shame. It ruins these title fights. But that being said, credit to Alex Pereira. He's been in MMA now for nearly 2 years and is a two-weight world champion, which has took some people, John Jones, nearly 13 years to do. Other people done it faster, but it's amazing what he's achieved that quickly. Two-weight kickboxing world champion, two-weight MMA world champion. There was things where people were saying, is he one of the best combat athletes of all time? I think you can put him in the argument now. It's just unfortunate because there's these asterisks against his MMA career, which is, yeah, he beat Izzy for the title. Was it an early stoppage? But people put an asterisk there. And then Izzy KO'd him. Then he went up to light heavyweight, won the light heavyweight title. Asterisk, early stoppage, and it's not his fault. He's a tremendous fighter, and he's one of the most entertaining fighters on the roster. That being said, can't wait for what's next for him, but it was a good fight, but it was just unfortunate the way it came about. And especially, the one thing I was shocked at is how much his power translated over to these light heavyweight guys. And against the Jan Blachowicz fight, we didn't get to see it, but against Jiri, who has been out and has got ring rust, the way he was spamming leg kicks and how he hurt him, and how that left hook dropped him, was unbelievable. I thought it'd be the other way around. I thought, because he's quite a skinny guy, and the way Hamzat moved up to middleweight, he didn't fill up the frame. I thought Alex Pereira would be the same. He hasn't filled out his frame. Would he pack that same punch? And he proved me wrong. He does pack that same punch. I think it's going to be amazing to see what's next for him. Maybe run this fight back at UFC 300. I wouldn't mind that. It's still got some unfinished business, especially they're saying Jamal Hill for the title. And when he comes back, he can have his title shot. But we're not waiting 9 or 10 months for Alex Pereira to defend his title. I don't mind the Alex Pereira versus Israel Adesanya at light heavyweight. That rivalry is a cool rivalry and one of the most entertaining in UFC history. And I would love to see that again. But I think Jiri Prochazka deserves a rematch. I don't think Jan Blachowicz deserves a title shot. Magomed Ankalaev doesn't deserve it. Jan Blachowicz doesn't deserve it. That leaves Jiri Prochazka rematch or Israel Adesanya match. As for Jiri Prochazka, gracious in defeat as always. He's a proper man's man, and he was just like, yeah, I lost, I got KO'd, and he didn't want to take the shine away from Alex Pereira. He could have easily protested and said, no, I was fine, but that's the kind of character and man he is, which I have super respect for. As for my prediction, I said Jiri Prochazka would win in the 4th round. I was completely wrong. I said he would KO him. Alex Pereira proved me wrong with the power he had. I think he is susceptible to getting hit, Alex Pereira, which his striking is amazing. His striking offense is amazing. His striking defense isn't the best. That being said, if Jamal Hill comes back, that would be a really tough test because I think Jamahal Hill isn't spectacular. He's just good everywhere. Whereas Alex Pereira is an elite striker but has deficiencies elsewhere, which Jamahal Hill could pick on. But I think we've learned if Alex Pereira lands that left hook, it's trouble for everyone in that division. Great for light heavyweight because this division for so long, again, like heavyweight, has been lackluster. Hopefully this division can thrive and become one of the best divisions in the UFC. Again, this is another one of the premier divisions in the UFC's history. If you look at the lineage and the history and all the fighters that have been in this division, it's one of the best. Hopefully we can see some good title defenses coming forward. Hopefully give him UFC 300. Alex Pereira wants to be an active champion. He said he wants to fight. He wants to make money. He wants to live his life and support his family, and he loves fighting. Get him active. I think we've booked out the first 3 pay-per-views, but you can UFC 300, stack it with fights. Conor McGregor is the main event. Stack it with 2 title fights underneath. It would be a mega event. Could even break 2 million pay-per-view buys. Congrats to Alex Pereira, 2-weight world champion. Proved me wrong, proved a lot of doubters wrong, proved the world wrong. Even though it was an early stoppage, well done. You won the fight, and I hope we see more from him. Like I said, I want a rematch of this fight. Jiri Prochazka, go back to the drawing board. I think he's been not sussed out, but I think his awkward style has been shown now by Alex Pereira can be beat if you've got the right tools. We've seen on many occasions that Jiri Prochazka has an amazing chin, but if Alex Pereira lands, that's it. It's game over. But yeah, that was kind of my overview and thinking of the title fight. What did you guys think of the main event of UFC 295? Did you enjoy it? Did you think it was lackluster? Did you think it was slow-paced? Or was it one of your favourite fights of the year? And what did you think of Alex Pereira winning the title? And what do you want to see next for him? Put that down in the comments below. Leave a like if you've enjoyed the video. Subscribe for more MMA and fight content coming soon. We hope you enjoyed the video, and we'll catch you in the next one.